Hey Marge, your little brother's here. Where the hell are you? You should have been back hours ago. What's taking you so long to get home, for God's sake? I know you got plenty of time on your hands, but this is getting ridiculous. Aren't you supposed to be getting our dinner ready? I thought we'd agreed you'd have something ready by the time we got home. And what about the laundry and cleaning? You haven't done a damn thing. You even understand English, for God's sakes? What I'm trying to tell you is to get off your ass and do a little work around here. Comprende? Am I making any sense to you, Marge? I realize that you're a high school dropout, but come on. If you can't make sense of it, how do you intend to survive in this world?
Bill? I thought I made it perfectly clear to you this morning. I said I was off on a business trip from today and that I'll be gone for a while.
Excuse me? When did this happen?
How can you say that? I saw you this morning, Bill. Don't act like you don't know. You were watching me put my suitcases in the car. Obviously, I wouldn't be loading up the car with my suitcase on a normal day. A suitcase is for traveling, you know.
Oh yeah, an overseas business trip, huh? Seriously? You know what, Marge? I think this business trip is one big BS charade you concocted.
Are you joking? You really believe that?
Yeah, I do. I mean, how could a high school dropout like you go on a business trip? I mean, what idiot company would send you? I bet you don't even speak the language there, wherever you say you're going. So if it's not a business trip, this must be a tour or something. Did you stop off at the travel agent downtown and book some all-inclusive package tour? You know, with a guide and all? You don't even make that much. How could you afford such a tour?
Always going on about my academic background. How about you, Bill? You haven't had much social interaction since joining that company.
Social interaction? Who needs that?
Anyway, I'm off on this business trip and I'm not sure when I'm getting back. Can't you guys do the cooking and cleaning yourselves? Why do I always have to be there to do everything? I'm your sister, not your maid.
You really got nerve saying that, Marge.
I've still got some work to finish up here at the office before I head out to the airport, so let's cut this short, shall we?
Yeah, right. I bet you're headed to some cheapo resort or something and saving your pennies and drinking tap water and buying local stuff from the grocery store. Sound about right? I really can't believe you would take off on some overseas holiday and just skip out on your household duties. You really think an insignificant high school dropout of a sister like you can disobey a college grad like myself? You got another thing coming, Marge. Severe consequences await you once you get back. Just remember that.
You there, Marge, our good-for-nothing lazy sister? This is Karen, Bill's significant other. I heard you were on some overseas holiday. Seriously? Why can't you people get it through your thick skulls? I'm going on a business trip, not an overseas holiday. What's wrong with you people? Every time I say something, you people twist it all out of shape like a pretzel. I'm surprised you don't know. Everybody else does, you know. It's because you're a dropout. That's why. We're not twisting anything. You're the one that's feeding us bogus, made-up information. A business trip? Come on, you can do better than that. For your information, we have both acquired a special skill that allows us to decipher the information you feed us and glean the truth from it. Don't you even see that? That's why your little brother makes fun of you all the time. Why do you think he asked if you spoke English or not? He never seems to get through to you. You really have the audacity to take a vacation overseas being a high school dropout and a low-level office clerk? Are you finished talking trash about me? Pardon me? I hate repeating myself over and over again with you guys. I'll say it one more time. I'm going on a legit business trip. This is not a personal holiday vacation that you keep saying it is. I just wish you people would stop creating this false interpretation of everything I say. And like your brother endlessly keeps telling you, Marge, the company you work for would never send some high school dropout on an overseas business trip. All they would end up doing is embarrassing themselves and bringing shame to the company, so you really should quit your flights of fancy. There's no use trying to talk to you. I have to go. I'm gonna miss my flight. Hold on just a second, Marge. A low-education good-for-nothing like you has no right to disobey a highly educated individual like myself. You really have the nerve, Marge. This calls for a severe punishment. You can bet on it.
Hey, Marge, you never learn, do you? Why the hell is there a lock on your bedroom door? What the hell are you hiding? This is our house. You can't just lock the doors inside our home.
What now? Don't you ever give up, Bill. This is getting ridiculous. It's my room. I can lock it if I please. Besides, I know you guys would go scrounging around in there like a pack of hyenas.
Hyenas? You think we're a bunch of scavengers?
Yeah, I do actually. Anyways, are you and Karen all prepared to move out?
Move out? What the hell are you talking about?
Oh my God, don't tell me you already forgot. You two moved into my place temporarily, and I emphasize, temporarily. Because you had to move out of that apartment because it was being demolished. I allowed you to stay at my place until you found another place to live. You must remember that, right? The day you guys are supposed to move is just around the corner, so I would appreciate a little urgency on your part.
Oh, yeah. That. Right. Moving out. Right. But what's this about your place?
What do you mean by that? That is my place.
Nothing, just saying.
Anyway, a promise is a promise. You said you were looking for a new place. Did you find one already? Have you guys even looked? Hey Marge, Karen here. Bill told me that you were talking about some nonsense about us finding a new apartment? What's this BS about your place? Are you talking about this house? Hello, Karen. What is it this time? Like I said, this house. I know it's your parents' place and this is where you grew up and all, but... But what? What do you want to say? Spit it out, why don't you? What's so wrong about calling my own home my place, for Pete's sake? Nothing wrong with that, just saying. I really shouldn't waste my time explaining all that to someone who doesn't have the brains to process such information anyways. Oh, is that so? To be honest, I prefer not to hear your long-winded explanation anyway. Apparently, you already talked to Bill, so what's it gonna be? Pardon me, what are you talking about? When are you moving out, is what I'm saying. The date you guys said you would be moving out is fast approaching. Have you guys already found a place? Yeah, right. Bill did say something about that. But for your information, Bill and I have no intention of moving out of this house. Wait a second, Karen. What did you say? This house. We're not moving. I mean, think about it. Bill is the man of the family. He has the rights to the house. It will be handed down to him, right? You have no say in it. What I'm trying to say is that it's you who has to move out. I'm going to have to stop you right there, Karen. What the hell are you talking about? Figured you'd find out sooner or later, but just so you know, we threw out all your belongings, so no need to come back from the overseas vacation. Just stay there. Threw out my stuff? Are you serious? I know you had a lock on that door to keep us hyenas out, but Bill broke in and we got in no problem. You broke down the door? Now why'd you go and do that? What did you expect? How else were we going to get in? We had to clean out that room. We called Goodwill and they came over and took everything. Loaded the dresser, the desk, the chair, the whole shebang. Nice and clean, no hassles. That room looks a lot bigger after that. A little too big for the likes of you, in my opinion. You have to be kidding. You guys, you are incredible. Clean out my room and I don't have to come home? Is that it? That's exactly it. I was expecting some sort of asinine comeback. Have a nice life over there. From today on, this is Bill and I's little abode. That's just great. Thank you. Now I don't have to come back stateside anymore. Huh? Are you serious about that? Are you really not coming back? No, maybe that's too much. I have a bunch of stuff to take care of stateside, so that's actually not an option. I already moved the important stuff out, and I was wondering what I was going to do with the furniture and old clothes. You guys saved me the hassle. Wait a sec, what the hell are you babbling on about? I'm saying, thanks for cleaning out my room. You guys saved me the hassle. I still have no idea what you're talking about. Are you saying that you were going to get rid of all that stuff anyway? Yeah, that's right. You cleaned it out for me. Anyways, I'm moving out of that house. Oh, okay, I get it. Well, why didn't you tell us that to begin with? We could have saved a perfectly good door. Now it's got to be repaired. Send me your bank account number and a photo of the receipt. I'll deposit the money there. Sound good? Right you are. I'll send that later today. Oh, yeah, you and Bill better start getting ready to move. Have you got your stuff all packed? Huh? Why should we move out? What are you talking about? You only have about a week left. You better hurry. Pardon me, you're not making any sense. Why do we have to move out? I don't get you guys. I thought I told you. When you first moved in, I explained the whole situation to you. I can't believe it. You forgot, didn't you? I told you guys that I put the house on the market and that it has already been sold. And that we all had to move out within 2 months. That 2 months ends next week. Am I hearing you right, Marge? You sold the house?
Marge, you sneaky little scoundrel! Did you seriously sell this house? Tell me you made the whole thing up to piss off Karen! What's going on in that pea-brain head of yours?
I knew you would forget. You were always like that, Bill. Never listen to people, always thinking only about yourself.
You got nerve talking to me that way, Marge.
Let me stop you right there, Bill. That house you're living in now, the house we grew up in, Mom and Dad turned the house ownership over to me when they moved back east due to Dad's business.
Are you kidding me? That doesn't make any sense. What about me? I'm part of the family too.
Mom and Dad knew what kind of people you and Karen were. Not too good with financial matters, so, Dad thought it better that I handle it. And about that apartment you moved out of? I knew it wasn't being demolished. You guys got kicked out because you failed to pay the rent, wasn't it? You think I didn't know that?
You knew about that? Why'd you pretend like you didn't know?
In addition, I told you this too, but apparently it slipped your mind. Dad decided to take the managing director position of the East Coast operations and decided to move there. He plans to retire over there too. That's why he bought that nice cabin by the lake. They plan to settle there after retiring.
What? This is the first I'm hearing of this. Why didn't you tell me?
I did. Several times. But you just brushed it off. Oh, and about this business trip? Actually, I'm getting stationed over here in the UK indefinitely.
Are you serious? A high school dropout like you?
Yeah, true. I've been working at this company ever since I dropped out of school, but the reason I dropped out was because I had to take care of Dad. He was extremely ill back then and had to resign from the company. As a result, we couldn't survive financially. I had no choice but to work. I didn't drop out because of my grades. I was actually at the top of my class.
I never knew about any of this.
Also, I got my high school diploma a few years later when we were a little better off. Also, I took business courses at night school. I think I garnered every conceivable business and marketing qualification needed to do my job. And who do you think paid your tuition? You keep trashing me for being a high school dropout, but just so you know, I worked my way up to section chief.
Section chief? Seriously?
This current business trip I'm on? I've been going back and forth for the past several months, getting ready for my move here.
How can a high school dropout make section chief? How's that even possible?
Come on, Bill, not that again.
But how could someone with mediocre education get promoted? There's something seriously wrong here.
Haven't you realized by now that not everything is about academic achievement? Must have been an eye-opener for you, I would think.
What do you mean about that?
I heard from someone who works at the same office as you. Although you and Karen both work at a major corporation, I hear you guys just have secondary roles. You've both been sidetracked, just going about routine work.
That's not true. We do important work.
Yeah, whatever. I think we kind of got sidetracked. Well, that's the story, Bill. It just doesn't seem feasible to hang on to that house any longer with me overseas and the folks out east buying that lake house. Right when we had concluded all the paperwork for the new owners, you guys came knocking.
But you never...
I sat you guys down and explained the whole situation to you, and you guys seemed pretty enthusiastic at the time. You agreed to my terms, but I guess you weren't really listening. You were all set on kicking me out and taking over the house, right?
I was only trying to. Anyways, you should have...
I should have what? Explained it to you every time I ran into you? You agreed. I thought you were well aware that you had to be out of there by month's end.
This is not happening. How could you do this to me?
Oh my God, Bill! Don't tell me you haven't found a place to live yet.
What do you think? I knew nothing about it. This is the first I'm hearing of it. I never thought for the life of me that we would have to move out too. How was I to know that you sold the place?
That's why I keep telling you to listen and not just brush people off.
Yeah, real help telling me that now.
Anyway, just find someplace ASAP. The place is no longer ours after the 31st of this month. I'm not kidding, Bill. Tell your company it's an emergency or something and that you guys need to stay in the company's dorm or something.
That's not an option. Last time I did that, I sort of screwed up.
Good grief, you have got to be kidding me.
Please, Marge. You have to help me out. You're my sister, for God's sake.
Why should I help you?
You're my big sister. You have a duty to help me.
Big sister, huh? The good-for-nothing high school dropout sister?
I didn't mean it. Come on, Marge. Lend me a hand, would you?
There's a real estate office downtown. Go check with them. I'm sure you'll find something. Or are you guys so dumb that you can't even go out and find an apartment?
What did you just say?
Seems like you've got enough fire in your belly to do that at least. Why don't you guys finally act like husband and wife and help each other out?
There's only one problem. I don't have any money.
Don't come crawling to me, Bill.
Say that, Marge, please.
Work it out, Bill. Goodbye.
Marge, please. I'll do anything. Just don't abandon me.
Yeah, it seems they were penniless. So what did they do, you ask? Well, surprisingly, they both decided to quit their stable jobs and got a live-in position at some small clothing manufacturer. I really can't figure those two out. They had a good job at a major corporation. I can't understand why they didn't make it work. What a total waste. My folks were not about to help those two out either, knowing how spoiled they were. As a matter of fact, they said it would teach them a lesson. I have to say I agree. I also opted to take the same position. I mean, they're not children, they can take care of themselves. But knowing the attitude of those two, I had my doubts about that live-in job they somehow managed to procure. I later heard from a friend that they immediately had trouble with the staff just a few weeks after they arrived, but you know what? I was not all that surprised. They are apparently keeping a low profile now, trying not to get in anyone's hair, or they will be out again searching for another job. Maybe it'll be a shot in the arm for them. They need a little common sense drilled into them. That goes without saying.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Rose. You're going to be leaving for a business trip today, right?
Huh? What is it, Trisha?
You told me about it at the memorial service, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm already at my destination. What about it?
We only got each other's contact information at the memorial service, right? Even if we are cousins, I thought it would be rude to contact you when you're busy, so I thought I should ask you about it.
Oh, is that so? Well, just text me whenever there's something you need to tell me. I already told you this at the memorial service, but just know that there are going to be times when my replies are going to be really slow.
Got it.
Good morning, Mrs. Yates. Is now a good time?
Oh, Mr. Hunt? It's unusual of you to contact me like this by text.
Yep, even though we did exchange contact information when I moved here.
I mean, it's faster to just talk to each other in person when you live in the room next door. So, what's the matter?
Well, this is going to sound rude, but I have a question for you. You said that you were going to be gone for a while, right?
Oh, yes. About 2 more weeks.
The lights in your room are on every evening.
What? I'm currently on a business trip, so there shouldn't be anyone in the house.
Yes, it looks like the lights are being turned off during the day, which caught my attention, so I decided to contact you. It's not like you come home from your trip occasionally, right?
Yep, I haven't been home since I left.
Did you ask one of your acquaintances to check in on your house then?
I asked my landowner to do that for me, but I doubt he would visit every evening.
Huh. So what is it then? Maybe a thief?
What?
Oh, never mind. I guess it's strange for a thief to visit every night, but if it's not your landowner, then that means that someone must have a spare key to your room.
That's probably not the case. My parents' house is far away as well, so...
Do you have any relatives living nearby?
I have 2 cousins who live at a place that's a 20-minute drive from my house, but I haven't given them spare keys.
Don't you think that this is quite serious?
It seems so. I'll tell my company about it and come home this evening.
Should I tell your landlord about it?
Yes, it might make things go smoother if you told him what you know about the situation.
Understood. Oh, and please contact me when you arrive. The landowner's a woman past her 70s, so I think that it would be helpful to have the help of a man at times like this.
Thanks, that would be really helpful.
Well, come home safely then.
Yep, thank you for contacting me. Hi, Mr. Hunt. Thanks for contacting me in the afternoon about the situation. I just arrived at my landowner's house.
Hi, Miss Yates. It must have been a long trip.
My landowner already checked in on the house for me, and when she looked through the window, it seems that the light in my room on the 2nd floor really was turned on.
I was able to get home from work a bit early today, so I was observing your room. It seems that the person arrived 1 hour earlier than you. The window was open strangely, so I did a bit of eavesdropping and,
What is it?
Well, I think I heard the voices of a man and a woman.
What? A man and a woman?
Well, what they were saying was, they must have been having sex based on what they were saying.
Huh?
Sorry if I'm wrong, and it's just my misunderstanding.
Oh, don't be. Thank you for the information. Me and the landowner are going to be entering the house now. I know it's a hassle, but would you mind coming with us?
Understand. I'll be waiting in front of your room.
It was you, Trisha? Where did you run off to? You're only fast when you run away. Huh? Why are you back so early? That's not the problem. Why are you using my house as a hiding place for cheating? You were always the type of person who did whatever they wanted, but cheating on your husband while he's on assignment on his own is going too far. Hold on, weren't you supposed to be abroad for 2 weeks on a business trip? Huh? Abroad? That's why I thought we could use your room instead of going to a hotel. My business trip was just to a neighboring prefecture. Huh? That's not the point, though. You used my spare key without my permission, didn't you? Let me guess. Was it at the memorial service 1 month ago? Yes. I heard that you were going to be abroad for 3 weeks on a business trip, and I also noticed that there was a locksmith near the shrine we had the memorial service at. I thought that this was the perfect chance, but why have you come back so early? It's Candace, our other cousin, not me, who's going abroad on a business trip. Huh? Candace? You were sitting right behind us at the memorial service, right, Trisha? That's probably when you overheard us talking about how we were going to go on a business trip at the same time. You probably had it mixed up and thought I was going abroad and Candace was staying in the country. But you work at a foreign firm, right, Rose? Which is why I thought for sure that you were the one going abroad. I see. So you've got even that wrong. I work at a medium-sized company that just has a few offices around the country. Huh? It's Candace who works at a foreign firm. No way! There's no way Candace, who grew up poor and without a proper education, could get into such a place. It looks like you haven't changed and how you're still full of prejudices. Don't you know how hard Candace has worked up until now? She got into university with a scholarship that exempted her from having to pay a tuition since her grades in high school were so good. She even graduated at the top of her class since she's so smart. Wasn't she a high school graduate? Wow, how far do your prejudices go? Fine, who cares? It's not like you know who my boyfriend is or anything. Speaking of which, wasn't the man you fled my room with back there Candace's fiancé, Mr. Tyson? You know? Candace introduced me to him just recently, so we've met each other before. No way. When I barged into the two of you back there, he made a face looking like he knew he screwed up and said my name. It was Mr. Tyson, without a doubt, right? I'm going to tell Candace about this. Hey, hold on! Of course I'm going to tell your husband about it as well. I said hold on. I got divorced with my husband because you had to go on and tell him what happened. This is about the business trip 3 months ago, right? I already know what happened. It seems that Candace canceled her marriage with Mr. Tyson as well. I heard you made Mr. Tyson pay alimony for you? Well, kind of. I mean, I was thinking about stealing him from Candace from the beginning. It all started when I thought to myself that Candace didn't deserve a man like him, so I decided that I would have him for myself, who's a much better match for him. I mean, he's so much more high-spec than my ex-husband, and he's more rich and handsome as well. Huh? By the way, it's been 100 days since I got divorced, so I married Mr. Tyson. My ex-husband was a pretty high-spec himself,
and he let me just relax at home as a housewife, but I guess I got an upgrade. And from now on, I'm a celebrity housewife that relaxes at home. I'm so lucky, it's kind of unfair.
Mr. Tyson is unemployed currently. Did you know that?
Huh?
The company he was running with his friend went bankrupt half a month ago.
Bankrupt?
I heard that to pay off the debt, he had to take a loan out because of the bankruptcy. He's now working part-time while looking for a new job.
He's in debt?
I heard that that's part of the reason why he and Candace delayed their wedding ceremony, which they've been planning to have the next spring. And yet, given his situation, you still made him pay your alimony for you. He might be in even more debt now than he was in the start.
You're joking, right?
The reason you were using my room as a secret hiding place was because Mr. Tyson told you that going to hotels was too expensive, so he wanted to meet at your house where your husband was gone because of his assignment elsewhere, right?
Huh? Well, yes, that's why.
This is just my speculation, but he was in debt, so he probably didn't want to spend too much money. But there are a few cameras placed in your house to keep watch of your pet, right? And you knew that there was a chance that your husband would check in on the cameras from where he was assigned, meaning that if you brought Mr. Tyson in your house, you would have surely gotten caught. During that time, you happened to hear me talking about how I was going on a business trip and thought of using my room instead. So you made a spare key without telling me, and that's what happened, right?
Hold on, I finally realized it now, but could it be the case that I'm screwed because I just married an unemployed man who's in debt?
Looks like it.
No way, no! I won't accept this. I'm going to divorce him.
But is it going to be that easy?
Huh?
Well, you see, I'm currently with Candace right now, and she's saying that Mr. Tyson is an extremely jealous person, and if you don't put him in the palm of your hand and control him well, then you're going to become mentally unstable.
What?
She says thanks for taking her hands off of such a bothersome man.
What do you mean?
Well, that's the situation, so good luck.
Don't scare me like that. Rose!
Good evening, Miss Yates. It's been 2 months since you moved to your new room. Have you gotten used to it?
Good evening, Mr. Hunt. My move happened at the same time it got really busy at work, so I was only able to arrange all my stuff just recently, but I only moved to the apartment across the street. The layout is similar to my old room, and the landowner is still the same, so it doesn't really feel like much has changed.
I see.
That being said, it's so freeing finally to get away from the room that was used as a secret meeting place for adultery.
I'm glad you feel that way. You live in room 202 now, right?
Yes, we're still neighbors like before, so I hope we can get along like before.
It'd be my pleasure.
On the other hand, though...
Yes, what is it?
Would you like to go out to dinner soon?
What?
I realized that I had never thanked you for helping me out with the incident a few months ago.
What? Don't worry about it. I already received some expensive sweets from you. That alone is enough, thanks.
It's not that I just want to thank you, but I thought that we could go out somewhere. So, is that a no?
No, I accept. I'm actually really happy.
I'm glad. How's 10 o'clock this Saturday?
Yep, I'm looking forward to it.
Trisha was unable to tell Mr. Tyson that she wanted to divorce him, and she was forced to take on his debt with him as his wife. But But it didn't change the fact that she had stolen another woman's fiancé, so she could no longer depend on her parents since they had cut ties with her. Her dream of being a celebrity housewife that just relaxes at home was now not just a dream, but a dream inside a dream. Instead of living the life she thought she was going to live after marrying Mr. Tyson, she now lives in poverty, even though she works from day to night every day. She was immediately thrown into a horrible life. Not only that, but it seems that what Candace said was true, so that now Trisha is on the verge of mental illness. After sending her last message to me and Candace saying that it wasn't supposed to be like this, we no longer heard anything from her, since it seemed like she could no longer pay her phone bills.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Joel? Did you go somewhere with your parents or something?
Oh, hi, Ada.
No one was in the house when I woke up. You didn't tell me anything, but did something urgent happen?
I'm going to Hawaii right now.
What? Hawaii? Do you mean the Hawaiian Center or something?
No. I mean the American state of Hawaii. I'm going to bring my mom and dad on a 5-day vacation. You're about to give birth, so you can't go on the plane, which means that you're unfortunately going to have to stay. Sorry.
Hold on. Do you remember that I'm supposed to be giving birth 1 week from now?
Yep, that's why we're planning to come home 2 days before you do.
There's a possibility that the baby is going to be born before that. Can't believe you would go on a trip abroad on your own at a time like this.
It's fine.
What makes you think that this is fine? Do you have any proof?
My mother, who has experienced childbirth, says it's fine. So what she says must be true.
What? Your mother said that?
You're just too anxious. Oh, it looks like it's time to board the plane.
Wait!
I'm telling you it's fine.
Nothing about this situation is fine.
I'm going to turn off my phone now.
Joel!
I'll be going now, bye.
Good evening, Ida. Good evening, Clara. I know this is a bit sudden, but do you mind if I come home to my parents' house tomorrow? What? Tomorrow? I tried contacting my brother and parents, but they wouldn't reply, so I contacted you instead. You see, I finished with a project I was working on at work, so I was able to get a sizable vacation. It's the weekend, so why don't I just go home? I suddenly thought to myself. You're about to give birth, right, Ada? I could come and help you if you want. Oh, it's fine if you don't want me there. I'll just stop by the house in the afternoon and stay at a business hotel. Well, you see, even if you come visit, no one's here except me, so... What? Everyone else went on vacation to Hawaii. Hawaii? Do you mean the nearby Hawaiian Center? The Hawaii in America. What? Sorry if I have things wrong, but aren't you supposed to give birth soon, Ada? If I remember correctly, it's less than 1 week now, right? Are you at home by yourself? Well, yes, I am. Huh? What's the meaning of this? I'll come and help you over there as soon as I'm prepared. Thank you. If I drive at night, I'll probably be there around midnight. Clara, you don't have to overexert yourself, you know? You just finished with your work, right? Aren't you tired? You being on your own when you're about to give birth is a bigger problem than me being tired. If you start to feel pain before I get there, then call a taxi or ambulance, alright? Oh, I'll contact my cousin who lives nearby. She's a trustworthy person, so you can count on her in the worst case scenario. Thanks. You're a real help, but don't overexert yourself, alright? Yep, I'll be careful.
Hey, Ada. The sea in Hawaii is so beautiful. You wouldn't have been able to see it if only you weren't pregnant. It's such a shame, I guess. Oh, that reminds me. Mom had something she wanted to tell you. Just because you're home alone doesn't mean you can just relax and not do the household chores, she said. She said to make sure that there's not a single piece of dust when we come home and to prepare hot baths for us. Oh, and she wants you to make Japanese food for when we get back. Well, I told you what she wanted me to tell you, so bye.
Brother! And to think you were such a jerk for not contacting Ada even once ever since you went to Hawaii. What was that you just sent her now?
What? Clara? Did I tell you that we were going to Hawaii?
I heard from Ada.
Huh? Did Ada seriously rat us out or something? She went out of her way to tell you, who live so far away, about it? What a loser.
I came home since I'm on vacation.
Huh?
I was able to get a sizable vacation, so I asked Mom whether it was fine if I came home, but she wouldn't reply. I asked you and Dad about it too, but you also wouldn't reply. So I told Ada about it, and she told me that you three went to Hawaii for vacation, even though it's less than 1 week until she's supposed to give birth. Are you three insane or something?
What's with the insult? Besides, I'm only going to Hawaii to show Mom and Dad filial piety.
Filial piety?
It's Mom and Dad's 30th anniversary. It's what people call the Pearl Anniversary. Once Ada's child is born, it'll be difficult for us just as a family to go on vacations anymore, right? Mom kept saying that this was our last chance, which is why I brought them to Hawaii.
That's not the problem. I'm saying that leaving your wife, who's expected to give birth less than a week from now at home, on her own, is insane. I'm asking you, what in the world do you think you're doing?
Already told you. We planned it so that we would be home 2 days before she gives birth. Why do you have to be so aggressive towards us? We have this planned out.
The baby's already been born.
Huh?
Ada started experiencing labor pains at midnight the day after you three took off for Hawaii. It was only a few hours after that I had rushed home after hearing the situation and arriving.
Seriously?
Thankfully, I was there to help her, so she was able to safely give birth that evening. Makes me shiver thinking what might have happened if I hadn't by chance decided to take a vacation, and if I hadn't decided to contact her.
Are you being serious right now? Like, is what you're saying actually true?
Yes, I'm being very serious right now. As serious as I can get.
Then why didn't you contact me as soon as the baby was born?
Because Ada didn't want me to tell you.
Huh?
It seems that Mom's bullying of Ada was pretty severe, huh? She made Ada, who was pregnant, do almost all the housework and would always insult her, which gave Ada a lot of stress. She even forbade her from going home to her parents' house after giving birth, right? She said that you just stood by and watched, too. Dad, too, did nothing, as he usually does.
Hey, why do you, who live so far away from home, know that much about us?
This is all information from your neighbors.
What? Our neighbors?
It just means that even though it seemed like they didn't see anything, they were in fact watching you people. Given the situation, don't you think that putting you three, the source of Ada's troubles, into contact with her, who is weak after giving birth, is unthinkable?
What do you mean the source of all Ada's troubles?
Oh, I forgot to tell you. Ada's parents are also here, obviously. Of course, I told them everything.
You what?
They said that once Ada gets out of the hospital, they're going to bring both her and the baby home with them.
Hold on, wait. You intend on not letting Mom and Dad see their grandchild? I'm the baby's father as well. I have a right to see it.
I wonder who the people are who put so much stress on Ada's body, which just gave birth to a baby in the form of bullying. Oh, that's right. It's you three. Don't you understand that there's a possibility that what you three did could have seriously hurt the baby? I've never even had a baby, yet I do.
No, but...
I'm cutting ties with you three.
What?
You see, there was something really important I wanted to tell you guys during this visit.
Something important?
I wanted to acquaint you three with my boyfriend.
What? You had a boyfriend?
Yep, he proposed to me recently, and I said yes. He's here with us right now, actually. We were talking about showing him to my parents and getting their blessing for our marriage during our visit, but he says that we don't need the blessing of assholes that just leave someone who's about to give birth in 1 week to go on vacation to Hawaii. I personally agree to his opinion.
Hold on, Clara. We should at least talk through face to face once we get home.
If that's the case, you can talk to the lawyer.
The lawyer?
It's mostly going to be about you and Ada's divorce.
Divorce?
Yep, my fiancé's brother is a lawyer. He introduced us to another lawyer who is good at divorces.
Don't be rash, Clara. Why are you suddenly our enemy? Do you intend on betraying your own family?
I don't want to side with people who have thrown away their humanity, even if they are family.
Hey!
By the way, I'm going to go with my husband to his overseas assignment. Don't expect to ever see me again.
What?
Bye.
Hey, Ada. Our family is falling apart because of you. It's your fault for not wanting to give birth until we got home from Hawaii.
What do you mean, wait to give birth?
Ada!
In truth, I was intending to ignore your texts and not reply, but since what you said right now was just so dumb.
What? Dumb?
The day of birth is just a prediction of when the baby is going to be born, not some sort of set date that we decided. Didn't I explain to you several times that the baby could be born at any moment? You thinking that it would be alright for you to get home 2 days before me giving birth is honestly extremely dumb.
What?
Your mom should at least have known this. But still, she decided to leave me. Who's supposed to give birth in 1 week at home on my own? Despite you being my husband and my baby's father, you never noticed the intense harassment your mom always gave me. You're a failure of a father.
What did you say to me?
To be honest, I want to go all out and insult you three, but I don't want to risk saying any insults that would be at a disadvantage for me at court, so I'll refrain from it.
Hold on.
Please contact my lawyer from now on.
Reconsider this.
Goodbye.
Ada!
I thought this was going to be a long battle, but I was able to divorce Joel relatively quickly, and since he didn't even vie for custody of the baby was handed over to me. I also had him pay up front both the alimony and the child support money. Apparently, his mother said he would find Joel another girlfriend, and his parents gave him their retirement savings. But even when Joel was able to get a girlfriend, someone from the neighborhood would tell them about the incident he had with me, so he had trouble bringing the relationship to a marriage. Not only that, but Joel fell seriously ill, and as an after effect, he became infertile. This caused him to panic and try to reunite with me, but my family already moved and he could no longer contact us. So, he gave up, but now he realized that he no longer had my money. Apparently, the alimony and child support he had to pay me, combined with the medical bills for his treatment, dealt quite a blow to his financial situation. It seems the three of them have been doomed to a life of constant work under the whip.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.